O2O laundry service has many competitors, but not all of them operate by the same business model. Let's take a look.
New O2O companies face bigger challenges than simply providing quick and convenient service and finding out what services are in demand. In order to improve service quality, Liang Guigang had to spend a lot of time developing the offline part of his business.
因为做干洗嘛，做干洗这方面的话，它的核心还在于洗涤。
When you're in dry cleaning, you rely entirely on the quality of the cleaning. So there's no way we'll work with other dry cleaners, because it would be hard to guarantee quality, and they vary widely in terms of skill level. So we chose to look at standardized modern cleaning sites that are completely automatic. There are around 20 of them in places around Beijing, like Tongzhou and Daxing. In the end, we chose 3 of them that do good work and have skilled workers that have been doing this for over 15 years. This way, we solved the first challenge, which was quality. Our second challenge was logistics. We built our own logistics system. We run our own logistics because if you make others do it, it's hard to manage. For instance, their delivery boys might dirty the customer's clothes or ruin them. All of those things. So to avoid this, we invested a lot of energy into making a strict training program for our own delivery team.
Jingxi has chosen a large dry cleaner in Daxing, in Beijing's southern suburbs, as its main laundry site. The area is home to several large dry cleaners, a remnant from earlier requirements of the industry. Now, those traditional businesses are seeing a large influx of orders from new internet companies. This cooperation fits their needs perfectly.
Jingxi sends us a lot of orders, around 300 every day. That's a pretty ideal amount, but it's about to increase because people will need to clean more clothes as winter approaches.
Large automated laundry sites provide Jingxi with a large capacity and guarantee that the quality of their work will be up to their standards.
Right now, it seems that the users are pretty happy with our work. Jingxi keeps a close eye on the quality of our work, so we have no choice but to make sure the clothes are sparkling clean when we send them out.
This means people can receive excellent cleaning services without ever leaving the comfort of their homes, while the dry cleaners are able to reduce cost by expanding their reach. This reduction in turn benefits the end users, as it drives down the price for each round of laundry.
A traditional dry cleaner isn't very efficient. It services a radius of maybe 2 to 3 kilometers, which means it has a limited user base, maybe 1 or 2 orders on a slow day, or up to 100 on a good one. The fact that it covers such a small area means that it has a surplus capacity. An O2O service will gather all the demand in an area and send the orders to one site or one specific dry cleaner that they cooperate with. That way, one dry cleaner is able to maintain maybe 300 orders every day, increasing its efficiency and making full use of its capacity.
Exploiting idle capacity in the industry and reducing cost is one of the advantages of Internet Plus. But O2O laundry companies also have to make sure their products are well received by their users.
In the future, people will prefer simple solutions. When we do things at Jingxi, we don't think of ourselves as a company, but look at things from the consumer's point of view. That is, what kind of problems will we encounter? Like, is this procedure easy to go through? Will I be able to get my laundry sent away in just 2 or 3 steps? We're going to have to create this kind of simple procedures, and we need to hide a lot of the procedures so that the consumer only needs to interact with the simple stuff.
O2O companies might spend a lot of time attracting traffic to their services, but without a good user experience, it is hard to make these visitors stay and become loyal customers. This is where the real challenge lies.
So Professor Jia, not all of these businesses work the same way. So some companies like Jingxi, they build their own laundry sites, and companies like Rongchang actually partner up with other laundry sites to deliver this kind of service. What are the pros and cons for these two different models?
Well, I think the single most important advantage if you operate your own laundry site is you have more control over the entire service chain, right? So you can basically centrally manage a lot of things. But the downside, of course, is you have to invest more into upfront in terms of setting up the facilities. And the other model you mentioned, which is partner with
other laundry sites,
vendors, right? Well, the advantage is, well, basically you can outsource some of the work, but the downside is there are implicit costs in terms of coordination, in terms of management. So you have less say in terms of how you want to operate the entire service.
And you have less control of the service quality as well.
Exactly, that's right.
So Professor Jia, tell me, what are some of the most important logistics and also internal management setups we have to support this O2O business?
Right. Well, so for O2O laundry, I think the most important thing is the second O, which is actually the offline service, especially service efficiency as well as qualities, right? So let's actually take a look at this entire service flow. From a user perspective, one of the things you have to do is you have to place the order, right? And then basically the laundry service will, the staff will come to your door and pick up the laundry, and they have to bring the laundry back to their stores, sort them, and then clean them, and then they have to basically deliver the laundry back to you, right? If you look at the entire service flow, as users, you want the service flow to be as simple and easy for them as possible. So basically, you only want them to participate in two steps, which is placing orders and receive the laundry after it's been cleaned, right? But to support that simple flow from a user perspective, you need a very strong and efficient internal management logistics system. Right? And you can imagine, the back office, so all these steps are a lot more complicated, and especially as the business expands, as the number of orders increase, it's going to be very demanding on the company's internal management, right, in terms of timely delivery of all these laundries.
But Professor Jia, how easy it is for traditional dry clean business to actually go O2O?
That's a great question, Tracy. I think it's going to be quite challenging for two reasons. One is the fact that traditional business generally lacks so-called internet gene, and as well as the internet talents. And this is not just a challenge facing laundry sector. This is actually a common challenge facing all traditional sectors. If you look at TV sector, for example, all these traditional players are now trying to tap into online space and produce smart TVs, right? But the transition, as we're seeing, is actually very slow as of today. So there are still many challenges. And the second reason why it's hard for the traditional offline laundry companies to go online is because a lot of them actually are they're chain stores, but they're using franchise model, right? And each stores are relatively independent in that sense. So it's going to be hard to basically pull all the resources together and try to manage the operation in a central way. Right?
I see. Well, folks, a great business model is key to success. Innovation is also vital to the business survival. Let's look at some of the innovations in this industry when we return.